Hi everyone. Today on SSV, I'm gonna tell an ugly truth about the digital industry that is taking place currently in. So I can't guarantee it's worldwide, but currently in Sri Lanka. So that's what I thought I need to speak about it. So this comes with actual scenarios that I've taken henceforth to uh, talk about it on this channel. So I have been having some episodes and I have been speaking in different matters and stuff. So this is a key concern I'm taking because this is an industry I have been serving for almost 10 years. It's a decade, and to see that this industry, one thing is everyone is trying to be a digital marketer uh, based on having some idea or just running a Facebook page and creating an Instagram account. But there are talented people who have evolved in this industry through that understanding and knowledge and doing their homework, necessary homework. So salute to those kind of people who have put every effort to make themselves proper pros on the field. But then there are some wannabe digital marketeers who tend to be like this at some point, and still it happens to be like who is it, like these photographers. Just by you having a camera, you all of a sudden you are a photographer, and then if you have a DJ mixer, you're a DJ. So likewise, some of the fields are being occupied, like not only those, like come on, you can see wannabe web developers to graphic designers to in those fields too. So it's critical. So now with the same virus have been trying to continue towards the digital marketing sector too, and it has been there developing. Sorry for the background noise. So it has been developing for a certain period, and currently, because for the last 2 years or so, I have been actively continuously looking into all kind of interview sessions, and I have been interviewing candidates for organizations and even my own company. And sadly to say, when it comes to, and recently I met actually I had to interview one of the candidate, and these okay, the thing I'm going to say is very somewhat a hit for most of the reputed education sectors in digital marketing in Sri Lanka, because thing is that candidate, she was a student and she was happy to show what the syllabus that is taught in that organization, and I was really surprised for the value they have to pay, and they are being taught they have been taught the knowledge which you can freely get those information from Google to other kind of free content courses that is arranged by different networks itself. You can know that knowledge and it's totally free, but people are taking the use of these free knowledge, turning those into money making opportunities, and grasping the young talents to just to teach them the basics and give them the book knowledge. Marketing is not a book knowledge. There are certain fields you cannot just have book knowledge. You have to go beyond that book knowledge, those theories, and have them practical understanding how to sort out things. So generally what happens is, when those kind of candidates join firms, and we, being in this industry for years and years, knowing how the ins and out works, and there are many perks that happens where we cannot depend on the, what do you say, on the theoretical knowledge, because theoretical knowledge up to some extent, that is it. Theoretical knowledge is just 25%, 30%. Rest of the 70% is, we are talking about practical knowledge. So I know my fellows who have worked with me, they've started. Okay, I'll tell you what, you can start as an intern. If you really want to learn about digital marketing, you can easily learn by being mentored under proper legends or proper people who can teach you about the subject. You can be an intern. You don't see, it's all about the free resources are there. Plenty of free resources are there for you to learn, so you can put your knowledge into practice by being even an intern and then growing up your career. You don't have to spend about 1,70,000 or something to get your bloody knowledge from a certain institution. Yeah, end of the day, there is some kind of validity because there's a certificate with you. But are you really capable of handling situations and sorting out situations in related to digital marketing? That's the fun fact. So, because see, I have my teams and I have mentored many students. Okay, that's not a big amount, but still there was the average amount that I have mentored, and they are in well good positions. And I have few people who worked with me, under me, and they started from scratch, and I've been able to make them to the next good set of industrialists who knows this subject called digital marketing. They know how to handle it, they know how to find the necessary solution, they know how to put their knowledge into practice, how to figure things out by themselves and give more solutions, proper solutions, alternative solutions, and make an impact to the organization, give some real benefit to the organization or to their team. But when it comes to the people who are being taught by these some education institutions, having just a certification printed and teaching them what they can really find things out by themselves. See, y'all aren't dumb. Y'all aren't dumb, guys. Girls, y'all are not dumb. That's what I'm saying. You might be having hard time to figure out what is digital marketing. Okay, I'll come to one topic, that is, you're trying to be a digital marketer without having the sense of marketing. What the hell is that? All right, I'll come to that topic. But first of all, this matter, you're trying to learn something from an education institute, but they're giving out the same facts and figures you can find by yourself. So if you really want something to learn, bloody do your homework, get yourself some internship in a proper organization who has the most amount of knowledge which can be provided in practical to real-time situations, where you can really put it into practice, get yourself mentored by proper knowledge people who are in the industry, and then go step by step. And I'm sad that some of the real industrialists I thought sometimes back were actually good mentors are actually being like politicians end of the day, and trying to grab your money and just not give you the proper knowledge and stuff. So in some way, I'm really disappointed. These education institutes are, especially I'm talking about the education institutes who tell they are giving digital marketing knowledge, and because I'm still not satisfied with the fact that there are institutes saying they'll give you masters in executive digital marketing or being a diploma. I can't be convinced that. How come? I really can't, because there are some industries you just cannot just give a certification, or it's all about how you want a proper degree, you want a proper certification on this field. I'll tell you, you just go to a proper organization who does digital marketing on point. There are people, proper industrialists, who can give you that knowledge A to Z. You putting your effort there, you spending your time, you bloody spend that internship program without being paid and get your bloody knowledge over there. That, trust me, it's more worth, quite equal towards as if in a degree or certification level. So this is the hard truth I'm talking about, that this is how you should be learning about digital marketing. Okay, fine, certifications, you can go ahead, you can do it, and then you can learn up to some extent. And if your lecturers are giving you that proper practical knowledge, putting you into daily practices of proper techniques, how to use it, that's worth it, guys. That's really worth it. If they're not putting you into proper practices and not even letting you run a bloody campaign for at least about $10, what the hell? Because putting you in a pressure point of spending about $10 to $20 with a minimal budget to make the maximum out of it, that is how you put into bloody practice. Because that person has to know how to target that market in a proper way to get the best oriented results, and to be able to tell the client what is can be done and what it cannot be done for that amount. That is bloody experience. That is how you, and it's about a lot of factors, right? I'll tell an incident what happened recently with a candidate and a person who came from nowhere, but that person had the better knowledge and proper experience. I mean, not experience, but the fulfillment to be a next generation digital marketer. See, the part I want to speak to you was, we are, biggest question I have, some people would come and ask me, okay, I want to be a SEO executive, SEO specialist, I want to be a ad specialist, I want to be a social media specialist, I want to be a digital marketing guru, I want to be an analyst, data analyst, or so and so different departments there are in digital marketing. But see, for each and everything, overall I'm talking about digital marketing, and certain things inside the departments of digital marketing, you will have to have other added knowledge to get to that field, the proper field, the proper career plan you are having the urge to go ahead with. So some instance, likewise, let me take one topic like digital marketing. If you want to be a digital marketer, you have to have the essence of what is marketing. You have to be knowing what is marketing, how to handle marketing, how to do marketing, why is marketing, what is the reason we have to be marketing, how the entire planning to structuring to every bloody thing. I'm not talking about having, once again, the theories about the marketing, but you have to have the essence of what is marketing. Digital is the set of tools. It can be social media, it can be email marketing, it can be SEO, it can be other every damn thing. It comes as a package. But if you don't know what bloody marketing is, how come I see plenty of people not having a single experience or education knowledge related to marketing comes on board as if they are a digital marketer? I'm really confused. So you think you can construct a house by just knowing the tools? I'm really confused. So you might be able to, but can you properly, that 100% to 100% satisfaction can be given to the client if just by knowing the tools? So that is how digital marketing is. Digital is the set of tools. Marketing is the entire essence of it. So without even knowing what is marketing, you tend to get involved to digital marketing. So this is where I'm talking about that wannabe people in the digital marketing industry, just like having a bloody camera, having bloody mixer, having a computer with some graphics knowledge, and then website, easy peasy tool where you can make up a website, but when it comes to real customizations, you're flopped. So that's the exact thing. That's the very exact thing that is happening in this market too. So you don't have the necessary knowledge of marketing and you just try to get involved with digital marketing. That's kind of pure joke. So I don't know how many lecturers or instructors actually not making their students aware that they have to really learn first, at least the first phase of what is marketing, put them into real practice in the real time world to understand this, how these marketing techniques are used and put in into practice. Because everything you have to do end of the day in a digital marketing agency or a digital marketing activities, marketing has to be there. Your knowledge is needed in a case scenario like that. Just knowing the tools, that is where I really figure out the people who only knows the theory, but I need some solutions, and sometimes client needs solutions. They can't figure it out. They go Google, YouTube, and all kind of things. Luckily now bloody ChatGPT is there, but to put into certain things in ChatGPT too, you need an extra knowledge. It comes again back again with marketing once again. So and some common sense. So it's about, if you do your homework, you let know how to sort those off. So likewise guys, because I have students who studied from me, I have people who have influenced to me to study things. And I first say is, if you want to be digital marketing, you have to know what marketing is. So learn that basics at least, and then come to digital marketing. All right. So I personally, this is nothing paid or anything, but I have always said you bloody go to Slim, because they are one good damn institute to learn proper marketing ethics, etiquettes, and everything. So go up from a foundation course that's still worth. If you want to go in the digital marketing, you might not want to be a perfect marketer in the long run, but at least that'll help you. Alright, so there are major certifications in when it comes to marketing, so you are not in need of those facilitations, but up to some extent, based on the knowledge and everything you want to put into impact, taking turns is quite good. But mostly if you take the foundations, you have taken the basic knowledge, you have taken the proper direction. So always I would say you work under a proper industrialist. It can be under about marketing, can be under digital marketing. You will get the both essence in better ways. So this is something you have to know. If you have to know understanding, you have to have learned about what is marketing, put it in practice, and then you have to come into digital marketing. So as I was saying, I was planning to give an example of a recent candidate that participated at an interview with me, who was interested to be a part of a digital strategist, because that is one of my key strength. And I'm planning certain workshops in coming years, not in coming months. I don't want to give any false hopes, but I want to see proper digital strategies, because digital strategies are the people who has to know in the ins and outs of every job role in digital marketing. Because digital marketer is, see, a sense of having being a digital marketer is a person who knows overall, because there are specialized person on every category, but a digital marketer is the only person who would know every side of every angle, so that person can manage that department quite well. So that is how that person becomes a digital marketing manager, head of digital, or chief of digital. All right. So or director of digital. So likewise, so that part comes, because if you don't know what happens up to at least 50% of what an SEO specialist does, what is the areas he has to tap in, he or she has to tap in, how those functions, so how long those durations are taken place, what kind of attribution, what kind of technologies have to be used, how those things have to be impact in a real-time scenario, how those things are put into real-time scenarios, and how the outputs come. If you don't know those areas, that means you cannot be a digital marketer, because that person has to have overall knowledge of everything in some way, trust me. So only then you can manage, to supervise that specialist on that term, because you have to be the person who guiding. You're like the project manager. You have to know what's that person doing, and gives proper identifications to be the communication point to client, to that specialist. And you have to be able to understand his or her points of views and tell them to the client. See, end of the day, a good teacher, even a good teacher, a lecturer, should be able to take any big topic in this industry, digital marketing, any industry I'm talking about. It can be very advanced scenario, but he or she should be able to explain to you as if making a cup of bloody cup of milk tea. All right, that's how easily that person, that lecturer, has to be able to teach you certain things with real scenarios, situations, using most of the basic language to communicate. If that person is able to communicate in that way and teach you something, that's a proper good lecturer or teacher. Because there can be many teachers, but they'll be just blabbering the same thing that is there on the internet to book to everything. So that's not no use. That will be the easiest point for you to know that this person is a good teacher or not. A really good advanced teacher who knows the subject will teach you things in very basic formats that will easily have it in your mind. You will know, okay, this is what this subject is about, and this is how I have to find solutions for it. And after the first or two times that is being spoken to you or lectured and then given you that practical exercise to be done, after all, you're not getting stuck anymore. You will be managing everything by yourself. So that's how a good teacher should be. So likewise, doing studies is fine, but as long as you have the proper knowledge to, the support guidance in a proper way to get into this field. And the example was, recently I found out a candidate who actually attended to an interview and was able to say answers and stuff, but that was nearly not practical at all, like solutions and everything. It was very much diluted, and it's just basic things like what you would see, just whatever it is that is being seen, that you come and tell about as a parrot. There's no point. And when I went through the syllabus, and then I was like, I was like, I was left around to see like things you can learn from free courses in internet is what is being taught on those courses with a certification given. You can get the same bloody free certificate from those platforms, different platforms dedicated for those education activities itself. There are plenty. You have to do your homework. That's the thing. So I was really sad to see that people, but these education institutes, some education institutes are taking the chance of making it as just a money making facility. It's just sad. So, but same as the time, I found another candidate. She attended to the interview, and that person is from, it's okay to say, I think she was a student from University. Yeah, University. And that's as far as I can remember. So that lecturer is not having that kind of a big digital marketing background, but even the student couldn't remember that teacher's name. But that teacher, the lecturer, I have to give a heads up salute for that person. He has actually put these children into real-time practices, putting them into real-time situations, trying to build up a business from scratch, putting them to real assignments, and then making them bring out solutions into a digital marketing entire process. A full walkthrough of digital marketing activities they can do properly utilizing the tools, giving them the background knowledge of what the marketing aspect should be done. And that student was actually not very verbally comfortable in the language of English. So she was at first struggling to mention, but I felt she knows a lot of things, and immediately I told her, it's okay, just if you know to uh, communicate the entire thing plan in Sinhala, just do it. And I couldn't believe that student was like telling that candidate actually was telling a full solution how to make a proper mark for a fitness center for with the use of digital marketing. I was surprised. I was really surprised. That is what I want to see. How they come up with different solutions to bring about a business. That is where industrialists actually have to put their potential towards, to make from a business, not even a known business, to a very well influencing brand that is proper notch digital marketers. So it can be, I'm talking about analysts, ads managers, SEO specialists, social media specialists, so and so, who will know the subject to do when from even whatever the scratch, or even without any advertising, but do use the organic methods to bring out a business. That's worth it. That's actually people who knows the subject. I have built up businesses without ads. People were suffering at some point to make investment into ads, and I brought organic solutions for them, and they prospered well. I had businesses where I have reached just by organic methods to international markets, and they have got involved with local businesses in Sri Lanka. I won. See, that is where perfect solutions is a solutionist. Know how to tackle situation with whatever the problem that is there. Can be in any industry. You can have to be a doctor. You can't be just sometimes figuring out only towards some theoretical knowledge. You have to put your out of the box thinking and come up with a solution, because if not, the patient will be dead. So same as that, in this industry, client will be gone for the next freaking hour, so that person will make a decision. So this is the thing. So I highly salute for that university lecturer. I really, that even that student, I'm sad that student wasn't able to remember the lecturer's name. I really appreciate whoever the lecturer who gave them the actual practical, putting them into practice and getting them involved in this in a proper manner, and getting these students in the right direction to be the next generation of digital marketers in this industry. That's worth it. That's what I want to see in this industry. So one thing, please, students or anyone who's watching this video, there are plenty of free resources, because I'm coming from a era. I'm coming from an era where I didn't we actually, some of the people in this industry, like we started at the very earliest stage when this everything evolution started off. I started with social media marketing evolution. So there are good legends and some people who actually came with from the birth of every digital aspect. So I learned from the things, but the thing is, the advantage which you all have right now is you don't have to be spending. You actually, like, you have free resources. That's what I'm trying to say. We didn't have Facebook blueprints, YouTube tutorials, articles, supportive documents, uh, wide articles to so and so much of information. Like, we never had those benefits. We had to do plenty of mistakes. I had to do plenty of mistakes to know ins and outs of all kind of social media advertising. I had to make the mistakes to learn. I have been blocked many times from the back end, and I've always been able to communicate because they too understood that we are trying to figure things out, because we didn't have information at that time. And they tend to, but not like nowadays. They immediately block you off and restrict all kind of accesses for you if you don't carry on with the what do you say, with the rules and regulations. So luckily, so making mistakes, so there is the statement, right? Be scared of the person who failed 1,000 times than the person who just won from the first time. So likewise, the person like I'm the person with uh, failed. It wasn't actually 1,000 times, but at least about roughly about 6 to 12 times in many scenarios. So yeah, I think most more than that sometimes, because sometimes it's my juniors, my students, they do two mistakes, so sometimes I learn from them too. So I've always, if you, another thing is, if you're being in industry, you have to be able to listen to any kind of junior, any kind of senior, any kind of person, because all this knowledge is valuable for you, because every person knows from different side of aspects, because that is the true nature of digital marketing, because it's emerging in different ways, in different aspects. You cannot figure it out where it's gonna be coming, a new update or difference, or new forms of technology, to apps, to social platforms, to everything. You have to be ready to. So that's why you have to be able to listen and accept certain things from any person. I always give my ears to my juniors, my seniors, people who are not in this industry, who are in this industry, because the ways they see certain things, being a proper marketeer, coming from a marketing background and then getting involved with digital marketing, I knew how useful it is just to have good listening power, and then observing. The observing is another good element you have to have being a digital marketer. So, and some in the special, like being an analyst and certain other roles of being in a digital marketing industry in the department. So anyway, so this is what I want to communicate. So take this industry into a serious note, because even in coming years, many industries might be blackmailed by even AI based systems and stuff. But this digital marketing will be a hard hitting point that for decades and another decades and another centuries, it will be growing, just like very few industries which cannot be taken the hold of technology. So you have to be going with the technology, but it'll be a field which will always be taken the use of human knowledge, human effort. So put your every good essence into this field. Please give whoever the lecturer who is watching this, whatever the education network you all are having, please give, make the proper next generation of digital marketeers. That's the only request I have seen, because I have been photographer, being a digital marketer, I mean, like, sorry, being a DJ, being in graphic designing, web developing. I've seen these. That's why I was able to clearly say that there are these want to be wannabe um, people on these different fields, and they are actually killing the market. So please, digital marketing is a very good industry. So make them the next proper generation of industrialists. So that's the kind of request I have. So youngsters who is watching, or anyone who's trying to get involved into this field, take the proper use of it, learn from the basics, observe, do your homework, go be mentored by some senior who is very well. It doesn't have to be very well known industry, but a person who knows how to tackle this industry properly. You will, trust me, it's worth equal to being having a degree or certification diploma. It's worth it. Put your time, effort over there. All right, thank you so much. So this is what I want to say from SSV. I'll catch you from another episode, probably. Yeah, thank you. Have a nice day.